Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to yet another video. So this video is going to be all about how to start your 10th grade if you have just got into that new grade. Know that how much 10th grade is hyped up about, like studies and boards and all of that. So here I am to ease out a few things for you all. So I had got like literally so many comments regarding that. Please make a video on how to start our 10th grade and what are the mistakes that we shouldn't do so that we can make the most out of our year. And plus I'm going to tell you a lot of my mistakes and give you tips from my side that you can follow and you will surely see the results. So basically I'm going to tell you all my mistakes that I made while I was in 10th and there was like nobody who could tell me about it. These are going to be based on totally my experience. I really hope that you get to gain something from the mistakes that I have made and you do not repeat the same. Now let's just get started with the video without any further ado. The very first thing that I would like to tell you all, or you can say the tip number 1, is to start from this very moment. You have to start from this moment if you haven't taken your self-study serious yet. So by what I mean by saying this is just that do not rely completely for your exam time to come and then study, because that is going to be so difficult. So at least try to take out 1 to 2 hours of your day for your self-studies wherein you are just revising stuffs, practicing questions and all of that. And that is what basically I mean by self-study, other than all your homework and schoolwork and tuitions and all of that. So this was the tip number 1 from my side. So moving to the tip number 2, that is complete your school works at your school so that you have time at your home for your self-studies. So basically what I mean by school works is all those notes and question answers that you have to write while you come back home. So basically please do not do any sort of rough work so that you have to come home and then just fare it in your school fair notebook. Please don't do all that stuff because that is really a waste of time. If you want to say make the most out of your time, then please complete your school work at least at your school so that you have enough ample time at your home to just do all the extra self-study and whatever thing you want to do at your home. So that was it for tip number 2. And then moving on to the tip number 3, that is like really important, and I understood it's important quite late. So I want to tell you all this thing really nicely, that please attend your school very nicely during the first half of the year. Now what I mean by this saying this is that please do not miss any day of your school unnecessarily until you are like very much ill or you have some sort of emergency or anything as such. Please do not miss your school. Go to your school each and every day, because at the end you will have a lot of reasons for missing school. Like you'll have your exams and you will not get enough of time to prepare for that. So at that point of time you'll have to be absent. But now when it's not required, please do not be absent and also follow whatever is being taught. Even if you're not understanding, then please at least listen clearly and you'll just get something out of that. And now that is it for the tip number 3. Now moving on to the tip number 4, that is science lab manual. Now this is my star tip and I really wish that someone would have told me this while I was in 10th. So I want to tell you all that you all will get a practical notebook of science to complete it, and that is like mandatory for at least CBSE schools, I know that. So you get like a list of experiments that you have to write in your lab manual notebook. Specifically in science you'll get it for sure. So what you can do, the CBSE releases the syllabus, and in the science syllabus section you'll get a list of experiments that you have to write in the science lab manual notebook. So basically you can just complete those things when you are having your vacation. So school most probably gives it once the vacations are ended, and then at the time when exams and boards are like very near. So you can just complete that before, because once you have your summer vacation you have enough of time by just writing all those experiments in your notebook. And trust me, you are going to be like one step forward of everybody who has not even thought about this thing. So this was my star tip, and I think you should give this tip to every single of your friend, and you are going to be benefited by this for sure. Because at the time when all of your school buddies will be doing their science practical notebook, your will be already done. So that was it for tip number 4. Now moving on to the next tip. So my next tip is, please do not hustle with both your school and your coaching. It's suggested instead to get any sort of tuition for the subjects that you are weak in, such as science or physics or chemistry or whatever you require. But if you are opting for like a 4 hours of coaching after your 8 hours of school, then that I would really not suggest, my friend, because that becomes a really chaotic for you to follow each and every day, and you'll just have a lot of pressure, not only from your school but also from your coaching, and you'll get like negligible time for your self-study. So that is something that I would like really not suggest. But still, if you're good at managing stuffs, then you can just go for it. And if you have like any sort of problem in understanding stuffs at your school, then you can opt for that. But I have taken an online course which has helped me a lot, and especially in science, so I'll be telling you about that course later. Now let's just move on to the next tip, and that is like quite related. That is, please do not depend completely on your school for your study. So there are like several subjects which your school will have good teachers of, but in some of the subjects there might be like not good enough teachers for those subjects. So what you can do is that you can look for some online courses, or even if you do not want to invest in that, there are like several platforms on YouTube which I have personally used and has benefited me a lot. So I even had an online subscription of the 10th grade Uran batch that you all might be knowing about. And if you don't know, then let me tell you, that is just an online platform wherein you can just get every single subject taught by great faculty of teachers, and this is completely a not sponsored video, so let me tell you that. Now let's just move on to the next tip. That is, if you're preparing for NTSC or Olympiads, then you have to get into that competitive mood from the day one.
So there are a lot of students right there who are wishing to prepare for NTSC and Olympiad exams. So I have got the perfect solution for you all. So I have this book right here from the Oswald books. So this book is mainly for preparation of NTSC, as it contains 10 year-wise solved papers, and you will get all sort of sample questions that you require during your preparation. So for those of you who don't know what NTSC is, it is just a government-based scholarship exam through which the government provides scholarships to you in 11th and 12th grades, along with some other extra preferences. Talking about the book, it is a perfect solution as it has so many mind maps given for every single chapter, and then the NTSC MAT and SAT exams solved questions along with the answer keys that are given right after the question paper. So yeah, get your hands on the book. The link is given in the description, and start your preparation right away.
Okay, so done for that tip, we have the next tip over here. That is, make your own notes. So it's very important to make your own personal notes, because at the time of your exams, this thing is going to be a lifesaver for you. And trust me when I'm saying this.
Emphasizing on the importance of handwritten notes is just not enough anytime. So I got to know its importance much later, but I want to tell you all that from the day one, make an habit that you are making your self-prepared notes, which is going to be truly of your own style, which contains every single word that you can understand very easily, and not like in that bookish language, because you get everything scribbled in the book, but it's not that you get to understand everything that is written in the book. And this is where the major difference arises. So as you can see, I have made the notes of each and every chapter, and yeah, I have done the same for chemistry as well, from the first chapter till the last chapter. So the major process that I followed was just that I used to scribble one topic and then write everything that is important and comes under that topic. So you can just make your notes quite simple. It is not needed that you need to decorate it nicely. It just needs to be in your own handwriting, something that is very much understandable to you, and you can just easily understand and connect to it. That is what matters the most. And here comes my physics notes. So I would highly recommend you all to make your notes very nicely, and specifically for science, it's surely going to be very much useful. One more thing that I would like to suggest you all is to make short notes wherein you just write all the formulas and each and every important thing in one single sheet of paper. So I also made some of my SST notes in a very similar way. So if you want to know anything in detail, then do let me know in the comments. I would love to tell you all how can you make your notes and your short notes and everything. So do let me know that.
Okay, so my ninth tip is that please do practice maths very nicely. Now, I cannot emphasize upon this thing that how much practice is required in maths.
So there's a huge set of people who have got a fear of maths, and let me tell you that I was also one of them. But you know what? When I got to know the exact correct way of studying the subject, I actually didn't feel any sort of fear after that. So I did a lot of practice, and through these notebooks, I just want to convey you that please do practice a lot of maths. And trust me, when you do practice questions, you won't fear anymore from the subject.
Okay, so my last tip is like very cheerful, let me tell you. So you will get Sundays, you will get weekends, and please do enjoy those Sundays thoroughly. You can complete any of your backlogs, whatever schoolwork left you have, you can just do it on your Sundays. And I would prefer a lot to do your projects mostly on Sunday, because you'll have like ample of time on that day. And please enjoy your Sundays thoroughly, because you just get one day out of that hell week wherein you have like no school, no coaching. So yeah, enjoy your Sundays and just study nicely. Give at least even 1 to 2 hours of your Sunday on your self-study, and that is going to help you a lot. So if you follow all these tips like from the starting, then you will see the difference. You will definitely get to see a lot of difference when you will reach at that point when your boards are like very much near. You will not be hustling like every other student. Now definitely you will have to work a bit harder than you did in your 9th grade, but it's not that you cannot do it. You can surely do it if you are like, you know, focused and more of consistent and disciplined rather than focused. I would gather that courage to study, to actually self-study every single day. Then trust me, nobody can, you know, stop you from just rocking on the last day, like on the day of your exam. So that was all the tips and all the mistakes that I made while I was in 10th, and I really wish that someone would have told me all of this. What I didn't get, why not tell all of that to my juniors? And I really hope you all will make the most out of your year and do not disappoint yourself at the end. Trust me, all your hard work is going to pay off at the end. And yeah, with this I can say that it will be a great year. Please enjoy your 10th grade. It's just going to be a very cheerful year for you all, and the most memorable year of your school life. That is quite, you know, pakka. So yeah, अच्छे से पढ़ो and enjoy your life, enjoy studying. I know that seems very fascinating to enjoy studying, but still try करने में क्या जाता है. And wish me luck. I'm in 11th now, and yeah, that was it. See you next time. Until then, bye.